Good morning. Typically, I'm not a fan whenever the priest thanks people for coming to Mass, but maybe given the circumstances, it's good to see so many of you here. And for those of you who are joining us by way of television and the internet, it's good to have you here as well with us to join us for this beautiful Mass on this snowy day.
I have a friend who not too long ago lost her grandfather. And I got a chance to meet this man, and he was just an incredible person, just a huge heart, so generous, so loving. And he has an amazing life story. He's a first-generation Italian immigrant, and all the stories that he can tell, and he can tell them all day, right? He has an amazing story that happens before he could even remember. Actually, whenever he was between 2 and 3 years old, he came down with pneumonia and a combination of a couple other things that left his health horrible. All of the doctors said he's going to die. But his Italian mother was going to have none of it. She went straight to Mother Mary and said, "Mary, if you save my boy, Francesco, I will clothe him in a brown Franciscan habit. I will carry his body weight in candles up the hill neighboring the city called Carmel and light every single one of them." And this Italian madre did just that, carrying this almost 50 pounds of candles up this hill. Not an easy hike. It was 15 miles by foot that she took these candles to light every single one. And within just a couple of days, Francesco was healed. I love that story. I love just like the confidence and the boldness of this Italian madre to go to our Blessed Madre and to implore her, right? To have such confidence and such security that she can intercede in a way that no one else can. It hit me though that possibly this story might hit a Protestant or maybe even some Catholics as just being chalked up to Catholic superstition. Right, this idea of making Mary an offer that she can't refuse by the Franciscan habit or the candles and the hike and I guess I've been thinking over the last half century or more, there's probably been a move away from different devotions like this, a hesitation about some of these things that might be more superstitious. And in some ways maybe good. I don't know how many more St. Joseph statues are going to be buried upside down so that people can sell a house, or how many more prayers are going to be prayed at Notre Dame in front of the Touchdown Jesus statue to win a football game, or prayers to St. Anthony to find a loose key, or right, all of these things maybe can err on the side of superstition. However, I'm a little nervous that maybe out of fear of coming off superstitious, it's thinking that's what important is just the exterior action and missing the interior disposition. That maybe we could throw away way too many beautiful Catholic devotions and pious ways of understanding that when the exterior is integrated with the interior, we have a powerhouse of Catholic tradition and prayer, especially through Mary. One person that wasn't afraid of Marian piety and putting Mary front and center was the beloved disciple John. Listen to the first couple words of this gospel. He says, "There was a wedding in Cana, and Mary was there." Oh yeah, Jesus and his disciples, they were invited too. Who's the main character of this story? Ultimately, it's about Jesus, but Mary is the hero. Mary is the one who steps in and saves the day. And I'd go so far as to speculate that if she would not have stepped in, we don't know if there would have been any other way for this bride and groom to avoid a horrible humiliation and not having enough wine for everyone. Sometimes we can over-spiritualize Mary and think that she's just concerned about the lofty things of heaven. But we see here she's interested in even the seemingly trivial fact that they're running out of wine. And she cares. She's not afraid to step in, and like a mother, she can see things that no one else at that wedding party can see. I'd argue that this passage, this gospel, has the most powerful image of Mary's intercessory role. Yes, the miracle is done by Jesus, but it's through Mary stepping in and bringing this issue, they have no wine, to Jesus, that anything is done. And then there's that great line of Mary saying to the servers, "Do whatever he tells you." This is it. Mary makes it so clear. It's not about bringing people to me. It's about bringing people to my son, Jesus. Trust in him. Do whatever he tells you. This is a sign of authentic Marian piety. First, that it doesn't stay with Mary, but it goes through her to Jesus. And second, it ultimately demands faith and trust in Jesus. I think about that server who had to take that cup of water to the head waiter. No one wanted that job, right? You take it. No, you take it. Right? Because no one wanted to take that cup of dirty water from those dirty stone jars for purification to the head waiter, only to have him taste it and then spit it right back out in your face for wasting his time. True Marian devotion leads us to placing our trust in Jesus, that what he gives us, where he leads us, is for our own good. Now imagine the joy on the face of that servant whenever he sees the joy and the amazement of the head waiter and says that incredible line, "You have kept the good wine until now." Where are we in our relationship with Mary? What's our devotional life? And I guess I would just like to propose at the end of this homily, maybe a recovery of some of those things that we've cast aside as, I don't know, maybe being superstitious, maybe being too much about the exterior and missing what the interior is. What about even just pictures or statues that we have of our Blessed Mother around the house? They're not good luck charms, but they're constant reminders to pray to Jesus through Mary, or to be reminded of her presence in our life. What about praying the rosary? It's the gospel on beads. It's us being able to take Mary's hand and enter into these scenes and to be able to see Jesus through her eyes and allow her to lead us to the truth of who he is. What about novenas? I'd love to recover novenas, and there are so many beautiful ones out there. To put a plug in for our Wednesday night novena to Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Come, it's beautiful. These prayers of the entrustment of ourselves to her protection as our mother. How about the brown scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel? It has an incredible promise that whosoever dies wearing it shall not suffer eternal fire. To be clothed in our Blessed Mother's protection. It's about Jesus, right, but it's her who allows us to be protected with that security of his precious blood. Or maybe even the miraculous medal. That, like the brown scapular, they're a sign and a reminder of being totally given to Mary, and a reminder of her maternal intercession. The superstitious person stops only at the exterior. The truly pious integrates the exterior with the interior disposition, the total trust that Jesus wants to work through Mary in a powerful way in your life and in mine. It is as if we imitate the wedding couple at Cana and make it a priority to make sure Mary's there. Oh yeah, and Jesus and his disciples too, right? But make sure Mary's there in our life to allow her to see our heart, to see our lives, and just to give her permission to see those things that maybe we ourselves might miss. That there's a deficiency here. This part needs redeemed. Here, bring Jesus into this part of your life or in this relationship. And we can trust that she will present it to her son. And then we can await her invitation to do whatever he tells you. Maybe it will be to carry your child's body weight in candles up a hill. Maybe not. But it will definitely start right now with her maternal help to more worthily receive her son in this communion. Amen.